Hello and welcome to the On Your Head Son podcast, Euros edition, and what a Euros it's been. Matt, have you been enjoying the Euros?
I've absolutely loved it. I mean, what a first weekend. Let's go, let's carry on. It's only Tuesday night. What's this? I mean, come on, we've got another 30 days of it. I love it.
It has been so exciting from the first game where we saw 6 goals. We saw the record broken for the earliest ever goal scored in the Euros, and looking out there, the atmosphere has been absolutely fantastic.
It's been unreal. I mean, spoiler alert, you might see some live footage from the ground.
Let's not tease them too much.
Oh.
But speaking of the atmosphere, as you may or may not know, one of the On Your Head Son brothers is currently out in Germany. So we're going to cut to him right now to get a little weather report. Chris, how's the weather?
The weather is simply wunderbar. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris. Wow. Unbelievable.
That sounds wonderful.
I mean, it sounds... I'm not sure on your translation.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris has been our man on the ground. He, as you may well have seen, he's been following Austria and then Georgia. He's posted a video of himself following them both on our Instagram and TikTok, so make sure to check them out on there. We may hear from Chris a little bit later, if you're lucky.
We're teasing him well, aren't we? We've got him hooked. We've got him hooked. This is what he does.
This is what we do. And then, well, let's just chat between ourselves for now, seeing as we're the only brothers in person. You may well hear from Andy as well, by the way, but not yet.
Not yet.
Matt, what I want to hear about is I want to hear what's been your best game so far.
So far, I mean, we are one game short. So at the moment, Portugal and Czech Republic are playing. Still 0-0 in the 40th minute. By the time you hear this, it'll be finished. So can't comment on that yet. However, my favourite game was a 1-0. Oh, it was good. It was good. It was one of the favourites against one who's not so much favourite. It was France versus Austria, and it was unbelievable. I mean, what a game. I mean, Austria were absolutely flying, but I want to talk about France. France are one of the most balanced teams you could get, I think, for a national team particularly. Pace, power going forward. Kante absolutely running midfield, bossing it like it's 2016.
Can I just say on that very quickly, who else forgot that Kante existed or was still playing football?
Exactly. Who's on the bench? Camavinga and Tchouaméni. How on earth is... I mean, my brain originally went like, why is Kante starting? But you watch him and you go, that is exactly why. Like, he controlled that play. Rabiot also was unreal. I want to do a big mention for him. I don't think he gets anywhere near enough credit, but actually how good he is. Griezmann as well. I mean, that's but I think Kante particularly, what a rock that team.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they are the favourites. They are still the favourites. I mean, obviously we've tipped other teams on our previous episodes, as you know. One who's playing now, good old Portugal, but France, very well balanced team.
I agree. I just think it was a brilliant game. So I was really excited to watch Austria. So they are the team that's everyone's favourite dark horses, with Ralf Rangnick managing them and playing a really high pressing brand of football. I'll be honest, this was the first time I ever watched Austria, and I was not disappointed at all. I think they were brilliant. I think they were superb. That is a perfect example of the analogy, a team that is the sum of more than its parts. That you look at that squad, and honestly, from people in England, how many of those players do you know about regularly? They have Kevin Danso at centre back, who is a failed Southampton player, as you know. That is really if he failed to get into the Southampton back line in the last 5 to 10 years, that's a real worry. But the way that they were drilled, the way that they pushed that France team back and made France really play out of their skin, I think was incredible.
Yeah,
and on top of that, we also had Mbappe breaking his nose.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is back. I love it. Get the mask out.
There will be a mask soon. Brilliant. Well, we've heard about France. Do you want to let me know one more of your standout teams from the tournament so far?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm wearing a Spain top, so you've got to go with that. I mean, let's talk about who they played as well. I mean, Croatia are shit. Croatia were absolutely fucking awful. But, I mean, Spain outplayed them off the park. It was unbelievable. Fabian Ruiz played so well. He scored, I think, 1 goal, maybe got 1 assist as well. But yeah, unreal. I mean, just an unreal team. And Yamal, obviously, favourite Ruiz to get Young Player of the Year, maybe because he's just done his GCSEs, hasn't even got his results yet. But absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I mean Spain, and they're always going to be up there or thereabouts, and I'm tipping them to get to the semis at least. I think. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Can't argue with that. I'm going to give 2 for me. I was pleasantly surprised by Germany. No one really knew what was to happen. I think the home advantage has helped them, but they haven't been in good form the last year or 2 at all. But seeing them exploit the gaps in between Scotland's midfield and defence, of which there was big gaps. But Gundogan, Florian Wirtz, and most importantly, Jamal Musiala were excellent. So they're going to be really exciting to watch going into the tournament. But my other standout team is Romania, and I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No, they were unreal, wasn't it? It was so good to watch. I mean, Ukraine versus Romania. What a game. What a game. Loved it. Loved every minute of it.
It was... I described it over WhatsApp as the most colourful game of the Euro so far. Yeah. Bright yellow versus bright blue. Some amazing goals. Some just pure passion from the Romanian players. And who knows? Let's see what Romania can do. Can they go all the way?
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Romania are winning the Euros.
Romania. Let's go. Here we go. Come on, Romania. Lash off. Let's go.
Absolutely. Right, let's get to it. We've been talking about how wonderful the Euros was. It's still going. How wonderful the Euros have been. And there's one game out of all the games that stood out for being particularly dull, monotonous, and same old story. What game was that, Matt?
I think it was England, but I can't really remember, to be honest. I've literally blocked out my memory.
It's worth forgetting.
It's worth forgetting. I think the key to it is we won. The minute we come against a big team, we're going to get found out. But there's always hope.
There is always hope.
There's always hope. And we've got a very good attacking line. This whole thing against Phil Foden is a joke.
Can I just say one thing, right? So England won the opening game of the Euros, something that I believe they've only done once or twice before. So why all the pessimism?
The pessimism is, I think, the performance. The fact we scored in the 15th minute, I think it was, 10th, 15th, or whatever it was. And we actually looked alright until the 20th minute. And the minute after Serbia had a shot, it was Mitrovic when Trent gave the ball away. We literally folded. Not folded. We still won the game. But, I mean, Serbia were actually the better team in the second half by quite a bit. We were dropping, Scotland style. It was not good. It was not good. However, there's still optimism. I'd still play Trent, and I'd still play Foden, and I'd still play Kane. This whole thing about Kane going out, what is this? What is this?
That's an absolute farce.
What is this?
I think the big criticism of Southgate is that he has pre-selected substitutes that he's going to make in the game, and he proved that again. Like for me, like it was very clear where the gaps were and what needed to be done. And for me, actually, like Phil Foden should have been taken off and brought on Gordon to stretch the defence. Like, it was just, as someone that knows football, like I'm not someone that knows what the football's supposed to be as well as
humble. He's humble as well, everyone.
I'm very humble.
Very humble.
Humble, but still the best.
Stay humble, kids.
It was obvious that we needed a left winger to stretch back the right back to make space for the rest of the team to come through. I am starting to wonder how well both Foden and Bellingham fit in the same team. That is a concern for me going forward, and how Southgate doesn't have the balls to make a big decision to take off one of them. He did take off Bellingham in the end, but that was just in like the 89th minute to waste some time. It's like it wasn't working in the way that we were set up, and if you want to keep that formation, then Foden wasn't working. You either change the formation to make Foden fit in, or you bring on a player that fits that role, and that player was Anthony Gordon.
I'm feeling a bit depressed. Are you?
I am feeling a bit depressed.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about England. We're going to win the Euros anyway, so we're starting off slow. That doesn't matter. That's how Spain won the 2010 World Cup. That's how a lot of other teams. I mean, Italy last Euros actually didn't do that. That's a bad example.
Well, do you know what? I've got something that will cheer you up.
Oh, perfect. That's what I'm waiting for.
Cool. Well, here is Andy, as promised, with his 3 funniest moments of the Euros so far. Take it away, Andy.
Whoa, thanks Matt and James. Anyway, here's my funniest moments of game week 1 for the Euros 2024. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Third place goes to Scotland for Robbo and Tierney celebrating getting a goal kick. Fair play Scotland, that's all you're going to get to celebrate this year. Second place goes to Kylian Mbappe for getting his nose broken and then when he's supposed to be injured, running back onto the pitch to stop Austria in an attack. Good shithousery, you love to see it. And finally, first place goes to none other than Romelu Lukaku for getting 2 disallowed goals. You love to see it. Lukaku was in full action, being offside and a handball in the build-up to another one. Sorry Lukaku, it's just not your time. But that was Andy's funniest moments. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, it's not an ad.
Ha ha! Thank you very much, Andy. They were 3 very funny moments. Not quite sure how you missed out Ronald Koeman picking his nose, but that's been all over the internet anyway. You don't need to hear about that again. So let's focus on your last point there. Lukaku and Belgium. Matt, talk to me about Belgium.
Golden generation. It's a bit dead. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, even when now you look at their team, is it a golden generation still at all? I mean, their back line isn't. Their midfield isn't, bar De Bruyne, and their wingers aren't, and their striker isn't. So
I
their
think
goalkeeper's also missing, Courtois. So
I think the main point here is that the golden generation has ended. There's some remnants of it left. There's always a what could have been with the Belgian team, but that team is still much better on paper than a Slovakia team. Much better. So why didn't they win?
there's one man that really should score a lot more goals than he does, and I feel like he gets a lot of abuse for actually how good he is, because he has scored a lot of important goals and a lot of goals any game really. So yeah, he didn't do that, and he's missed some big chances as well.
You haven't said who you're talking about, but I assume you're alluding to the ghost behind us.
Oh, hello. Who's that? Oh, look at him, there he is. Lukaku. I mean, yeah, just a poor performance from me. Obviously, 2 disallowed goals, which were the second one particularly very harsh.
They were very, very tight, and
First one's offside. How good, by the way, VAR for actually offsides. Semi-automated VAR is perfect. I love the US for that. Yeah, the handball bit different, isn't it? But luckily we had that expert analysis there, so it's alright.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. I mean, Belgium should still qualify through that. They still have games against Romania and Ukraine, so you fancy them to get at least 4 points from those games. But poor start. But let's not focus all on Belgium in this game. Let's give it up for Slovakia. Get it?
So he does.
Get it? Slovakia.
Oh.
Video assistant referees.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking but not joking, because Slovakia were brilliant. They were really they're really high intensity brand of football as well. They got the goal through a Jeremy Doku mistake, but the reason they got that was them pressing really high. And actually, something that I want to talk about is so Belgium's front line were great, and without scoring goals, they were really pressing them back. But I actually think that Slovakia's midfield won the game.
I agree.
And I think that's down to one player in particular, and that's Stanislav Lobotka of Napoli, I think. I thought he absolutely run the show in midfield. I thought he was brilliant.
No, I completely agree. Honestly, the whole game you were watching it, the midfield was so open for Belgium, where literally you had De Bruyne basically floating wherever he wanted to, like a Ozil-esque, like number 10, where it was just like wherever he wanted to go, he'd go. And then the other 2 centre mids, you had I can't remember the names, but it just wasn't flowing whatsoever. No. Whereas Slovakia played a structure, and he completely controlled the tempo of the game. Even when they were pressing, they were always really in control of like basically when they were defending. It wasn't really anything. I'd say it was a comfortable win, really.
Well, other than the two dodgy VAR decisions, Slovakia
Indeed.
Remember?
But also, I mean, they had chances.
They did have chances. They did have chances.
Yes.
But yeah, no, big shout out to Stanislav Lobotka, certainly one of my standout players of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
Max already mentioned N'Golo Kante, who was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has stood out for you?
I think I already mentioned Ruiz and Yamal, but I'm going to go for the obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
Kai Havertz. No. 1 goal, 1 assist. Only person to do that so far. So come on, let's go. But Musiala looked unreal, didn't he? The whole debate between him and Bellingham. I think Musiala's got a higher ceiling, but Bellingham's got a better kind of mentality, and I think that also.
That's debatable. But carry on with your
No,
Musiala.
that's fine. But I love Musiala. I think he's an unbelievable talent, and he's. I'm annoyed he's not for England. Let's say when you watch him play, it's very fluid. It's the way football should be played, and that kind of thing. It's Musiala, well played.
I would just stand out and say that he's a very different player to Bellingham, and I would argue by saying Bellingham's a better all-rounder in terms of everything he do with his game, whereas Musiala is probably a better attacker. Like that can. I would say Musiala is more comparable to Foden than he is to Bellingham.
Yeah, the way football should be played.
The way football should be played.
That's what I'm
in
saying.
inverted commas for those that are listening. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Spanish at heart. So let's go.
What, inverted commas?
No. It's in the way football should be played. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, my standout player is actually one from Romania, who I shouted out about earlier, and that's Radu Dragusin of Tottenham. He was the beating heart of that team in defence. He, like, some of his clearances, some of his winning headers, and the way that he celebrated those clearances with the fans, it was just a beautiful moment to see.
Yeah, it really was.
And he had one storming run up the left wing as well, which I absolutely loved. I thought he was brilliant. I think an absolute standout player. Out of all those, so we've got a list of 5 here that we've picked as our standout players. So we've got Dragusin, Lamine Yamal, Jamal Musiala, N'Golo Kante, and Stanislav Lobotka.
Should we do a vote?
Shall we do a vote?
Should we do a vote? I think let's get a poll going. Let's put this out. Put it on all the socials.
All the socials.
Let's know what you think. Who's your standout player? And if it's someone else, I don't care. So no, it's one of those 5 players. Go on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look forward to when Stanislav Lobotka wins it. Right. Wait, hang on. What's this?
Oh.
We're getting a call.
Hang on.
We're getting a call.
Hang on a sec.
It's a German number.
I don't recognise this.
It's Chris. It's our man on the ground in Dusseldorf. He's just got out of the Georgia game, sadly having lost 3-1 to Turkey. But Chris, where are you? Tell us, how's it going?
Well, the game's electric. Georgia deserved it, Turkey won it. I'm here. Don't know where the fuck it is. Guten Tag.
Well, I mean, thank you very much, Chris.
Guten Tag to you too.
I mean, really? Come on, Chris, you're better than that. Come on. But, I mean, Turkey, let's talk about the game. Because best moment for me in the Euros, anyway, was particularly Arda Güler's finish. 19 years old. Best finish I've seen at the Euros. Yes, the Romania one was also unreal. But that finish, absolutely perfect. Never seen a more like a teenage dream. It looks unreal. Loved it.
Calm down, Katy Perry.
No, I know. What can I say? It's what I do.
Lamine Yamal's a bit of a teenage dream too.
Yeah, no, that's creepy.
That is creepy.
That is creepy.
He is still doing his homework.
But go on, your best moment. What's yours?
My best moment, so it's between 2, and I've already spoken about Dragusin for Romania cheering like his header in for a corner. So I love that. So I won't go on about that again. But my other one has to be Albania scoring in 23 seconds. That is a Euros record. Unbelievable. The scenes that I saw through the TV, like the passion and the celebration from the Albania fans, equally matched by the solemn faces of the Italian fans, was brilliant. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you also see the footage of the Albanian flags breaking the spaghetti?
Yeah, I love that. I like that a lot.
The Italian flags.
Italian flags. It was good. It was good. And then also, do you see the Albanians in front of the French fans?
That's Austrians.
The Austrians in front of the French fans with the baguettes, just splitting them in half. It's brilliant. And it's just like one guy just going no. But for audio listeners, it's not maybe the best. But
So what's up next for? So who have we got tomorrow? We've got Germany versus.
I've got no idea, but I know we've got Scotland against someone, and we've got Germany
Germany
against
versus
Hungary.
Hungary. So we're expecting some Hungarians to be breaking a pretzel in front of German
Yeah, why
faces.
not? I mean,
Or schnitzel.
a schnitzel would be better, wouldn't it?
Schnitzel, that is lovely, little wine and gas to eat.
Okay, we're getting silly. So
Let's get to Andy.
let's go to well. Andy does have something to say. He wants to tell us who it is that we're bringing it home.
And for this week in game week 1, who's going to bring it home? Harry Kane.
You heard it from Andy. Harry Kane is bringing it home. But until that happens, there's only one thing left to say. And that's to remember that it's on your head, son.
Not off your head.
Son!